Europe is getting harder to afford. Paris is expensive, London is exhausting, Amsterdam feels overcrowded, and even cities that used to be considered cheap now cost more than many people earn in an entire month. But here's what almost nobody talks about. There are still countries where you can enjoy beautiful old towns, mountain views, walkable cities, cafe culture, rich history, and a high quality of life for dramatically less than Western Europe. In some places, your monthly budget can stretch nearly twice as far while still giving you that classic European experience. In this video, I'm showing you countries that offer the lifestyle many people want without the price tag most people expect. But we're going beyond just cheap rent and low grocery bills. I'll also show you where foreigners, expats, and digital nomads are actually finding jobs, building businesses, and creating long-term lives in these countries in 2026. And stay until the end, because the final country may be Europe's best-kept secret for anyone looking to relocate before everyone else catches on. Let's start with the country that might be the most underrated destination in all of Europe. Everyone's heard of Estonia by now. Digital nomad visas, e-residency, the most wired government on earth. But everyone who talks about Estonia only talks about Tallinn. And Tallinn, I'll be honest with you, isn't the $900 city anymore. Rents there have climbed fast, so skip it. Because 40 minutes away, there's a completely different Estonia. Tartu is Estonia's second city. A university town on a river, cobblestone centre, more cafes per capita than anywhere else in the country, and rent that's roughly 20 to 30% below Tallinn. A one-bedroom apartment outside the absolute centre runs €450 to €600 a month. That's your biggest expense handled. And then there's Pärnu and Narva, where rents drop even further. One bedrooms for €400 or less, and in Narva's case, total monthly living costs that can land under €800, including rent. Here's what that actually gets you in Estonia. A real one-bedroom apartment instead of a shared space. Enough money to comfortably cover your monthly groceries with fresh dairy products, locally baked bread, seasonal produce, and quality food that remains surprisingly affordable even by Eastern European standards. Public transportation is incredibly inexpensive, and in some cities, registered residents can even use it for free. Healthcare is modern, reliable, and accessible, so living affordably doesn't mean sacrificing quality. And after covering all of your essentials, you'll probably still have enough left over to enjoy one of Estonia's favorite daily rituals, sitting in a cafe. Here, coffee isn't an occasional luxury, it's simply part of everyday life. But perhaps Estonia's biggest advantage isn't something you'll notice while walking through Tallinn's medieval streets. It's what happens behind the scenes. Thanks to the country's digital nomad visa and startup visa, many foreigners can legally live here while earning income from companies back home. Even better, almost everything that normally creates frustration, from filing taxes to signing official documents and even managing medical prescriptions, can be done online. That may not sound exciting at first, but anyone who's dealt with endless paperwork in another country quickly realizes how valuable that really is. In many affordable destinations, lower living costs come with the hidden price of complicated bureaucracy. In Estonia, that trade-off is surprisingly small. And while Tallinn gets most of the attention, many people who know the country best quietly choose places like Tartu, Pärnu, or Estonia's smaller coastal towns instead. They still enjoy all the advantages of living inside the European Union, along with excellent infrastructure, remarkable safety, and a slower, more relaxed pace of life. The difference is that here, a monthly budget of around $900 to $1,000 can still provide a comfortable lifestyle, an amount that in many Western European capitals might barely be enough to cover rent alone. Poland has a branding problem. People still picture it the way it looked 20 years ago. Meanwhile, Krakow, Wrocław, and a handful of cities most Americans have never heard of have quietly become some of the best-run, most livable cities in Central Europe, and the prices haven't caught up to the reality yet. Skip Warsaw. Rents there have jumped 25 to 40% since 2021, and a comfortable single-person budget now runs well past $900. Instead, look at Łódź, Lublin, or the outer neighborhoods of Krakow and Wrocław. In Łódź or Lublin, a one-bedroom apartment runs roughly $500 to $650 a month. In Krakow's Nowa Huta or Podgórze districts, real neighborhoods, well connected by tram, not the tourist center, you're looking at a similar range. Add groceries, and Poland is one of the cheapest places to eat well in the EU, and a monthly grocery bill for one person is typically $280 to $370. Here's what that actually gets you in Poland. In cities like Łódź or Lublin, a comfortable one-bedroom apartment typically rents for around $500 to $650 a month. Even in Kraków, if you look beyond the tourist-filled old town and into well-connected neighborhoods like Nowa Huta or Podgórze, prices often stay within the same range. Groceries are another pleasant surprise. Fresh bread from local bakeries, quality meats, dairy products, seasonal fruits and vegetables. All of it costs far less than many newcomers expect. A monthly grocery bill for one person usually falls between $280 and $370. Add an affordable public transport pass and everyday utilities, and the numbers become even more impressive. When you put everything together, the total monthly cost of living typically lands somewhere between $900 and $1,100. That covers a real apartment, not a shared room, along with reliable public transportation, fast internet, modern healthcare, and the everyday comfort of living in a country that combines centuries-old architecture with efficient infrastructure. One day you can be walking through a medieval market square, and the next you're hiking in the mountains or working from a modern co-working space. It's the kind of lifestyle many people assume only exists in Europe's most expensive cities. But perhaps Poland's biggest advantage isn't its affordability. It's the opportunities that come with it. Kraków has quietly become one of Europe's fastest-growing technology and business hubs, attracting global companies like Google, IBM, and HSBC. That growth has created exactly the kind of environment remote workers, entrepreneurs, and skilled professionals are looking for. Modern co-working spaces, reliable infrastructure, excellent internet, and a large English-speaking professional community are already part of everyday life. You're not moving somewhere that's still trying to catch up. You're stepping into a country that's already built the foundation, while its cost of living still feels like one of Europe's best-kept secrets. Both of these countries are on the same trajectory. Rents in Warsaw and Tallinn have already jumped double digits in the last 2 years, and that pressure moves outward. First to the second cities, then to the smaller towns. Krakow's wages have already caught up to Warsaw's. Tartu is 20 to 30% cheaper than Tallinn today. The people who get in now, in Łódź, in Lublin, in Tartu, in Pernu, while these cities are still priced like secrets, are the ones who'll look back in 5 years and realize they caught it early. That's not hype. That's just what already happened in Kraków, and in Prague before it, and in Lisbon before that. $900 a month inside the European Union with real infrastructure and real safety is not a fantasy. It's just not available in the cities everyone already knows about. It's available in the ones they haven't found yet.